These are pieces where the fabric is just applied on certain areas as a highlight. This will be the type of piece that is thicker and has less drape since you have the wool as the base. This type of Nuno felt is perfect for bags and pillows, for example. Another alternative is to use several layers of fabric and wool, applying different fabrics as accents. These two are similar, I just used a different color combination. So the goal here wasn't to use the fabric to get a fine felt with drape. Instead, I wanted to decorate the bag to give it an accent. And in particular, I wanted to get what you normally can't get with wool, so a shiny surface. And it also creates great texture. This one is the same, only in gold. Of course, you couldn't ever get this with wool, and not even with viscose. So fabric is ideal for shine, unusual patterns, texture, and other accents of that kind. Now, these fabrics are synthetic, and the only cases I recommend using synthetics is for relatively small accent areas. They shouldn't be used as a base because they won't attach. But they can be embedded in the work when the main character is wool. Yet, I also recommend you cover the edges of the fabric with wool fibers so that they don't lift. On this side, I didn't add wool. It did work, but you can see that the fabric seems to want to lift. Where the wool covered the edges, it completely fused with the wool. You can also see that the white wool fibers migrated through the fabric, even though it's synthetic. These two pieces are very particular. These are obi belts I made years ago. Now, the interesting thing here is that I've worked with several layers. This fabric on this side, this is a cotton gauze. And there's also fabric on this side. This is a silk pongee. And they're attached to each other through a layer of white extra fine merino. This creates a great effect, and the felt also has drape. Then I applied this accent fabric. I think this is also a cotton gauze. Here too, I made sure I had some wool fiber along the edges to guarantee they would attach well. And this is a similar one, I just made it with different fabrics. Again, there's a cotton gauze on the back, and I think this is a peach color viscose. The accent is made with a synthetic fabric. It has a bit of shine in it as well. And again, as you can see, I used some white wool on the edges to make sure it attached properly.